Once there was a young rat named Arthur who could never make up his mind. Whenever his friends asked him if he would like to go out with them, he would only answer, I don't know. He wouldn't say yes or no either. He would always shirk making a choice. His aunt Helen said to him, Now look here, no one is going to care for you if you carry on like this. You have no more mind than a blade of grass. One rainy day, the rats heard a great noise in the loft. The pine rafters were all run, so that the barn was rather unsafe. At last, the joists gave way and fell to the ground. The walls shook, and all the rats' hair stood on the end with fear and horror. This won't do, said the captain. I'll send out scouts to search for a new home. Within 5 hours, the 10 scouts came back and said, We found a stone house where there is room and board for us all. There's a kindly horse named Nellie, a cow, a calf, and a garden with an elm tree. The rats crawled out of their little houses and stood on the floor in a long line. Just then the old one saw Arthur. Stop, he ordered coarsely. You're coming, of course. I'm not certain, said Arthur, undoubted. The roof may not come down yet. Well, said the angry old rat, we can't wait for you to join us. Right about face. March. Arthur stood and watched them hurry away. I think I'll go tomorrow, he calmly said to himself. But then again, I don't know, it's so young and snug here. That night there was a big crash. In the morning, some men with some boys and girls rode up and looked at the barn. One of them moved the board, and he saw a young rat, quite dead, half in and half out of his hole. Thus the shirker got his due. Kit, the quick little kitten, thinks it big a pretty big fish. Dress, many of Jeff's best friends slept in mesh tents in pleasant weather. Trap, the harrowing black cat dashes at any man and lands on the plaid carriage. Lot, the honest one stops and acknowledges the fox dodging the bothered wasp. Strut, mother loves butter that comes from the southern countryside. Foot, the butcher said the butcher should put the pudding in the wooden nook to cook. Bath, can't half the staff ask to transfer to the enchanted castle in France? Cloth. Lawrence often offers Ross A. Florida orange and horribly strong frothy Boston coffee. Nurse. The early bird preferred the earthy worm. Fleece. These unique machines teach people to speak and reason. Face. The raven waits until late day for the great wave to break. Palm. Father-in-law said to calm the facade in the Nevada Plaza. Thought, the small walrus caught the hawk in the salty water. Goat, the rose slowly grows in Owen's old grove. Goose, beautiful music booms and humans move to the groove. Price, the shy rider types at night to fight the silence in my mind. Choice, the spoiled boy hoists a toy from the soil. Mouth, mountains of flowers crowd the grounds about the house. Near, Deirdre's fear seriously interferes with her ideal career. Square, beware of scarce fairies, rare mares, and scary prayer bears. Start, the Sahara party marvels at the far star on the safari. North, Laura's warm aura reforms Thor's horse for the important war. Force, the adorable boar snores hoarsely and notoriously hoards imported pork. Here, the tourist endures rural tours of Europe and procures gourmet bourbon. Happy, the coffee, salami, spaghetti, and macaroni are ready. Letter, sugar covers the tiger's whiskers. Comma A, Bertha's and Cinderella's saga is a drama. Major players are Richard, Wilbur, and Harry are running around the treacherous river. L, Linda and Allie pull belly muscles, laughing laboriously. G, the singing mockingbird is swinging on the ring and dings the awning. TH, the thespians gather and breathe 3 authentic breaths together. H, Harry and Hillary happily harvest heaps of Hebrews behind the beehive. Yod, the cute, beautiful blue cuckoo resumes cooing suitably, tunes enthusiastically. W. Will and Drew whistle when the wind blows between the whimsical weeping willows. IMG. Miss Fanning is walking and hiking in Wyoming. S. Susie lives in her sister's house, an easy street with her Siamese cats and Siberian husky dogs.
How do you identify your gender?
I'm a male.
How do you identify your race and ethnicity?
I'm black.
How old are you currently?
Currently 18.
What year were you born?
2004.
Where were you born?
Nigeria.
Where have you lived and how long did you live there?
Lived in Nigeria and I guess America because I go to college here.
How long did you live in Nigeria and how long have you lived in America?
I lived in Nigeria for like 16 years. And then I've lived in America for over a year now.
Where were you raised?
I was raised in Nigeria.
What languages do you speak and when did you learn these languages?
I only speak English, unfortunately, because that's the only language I've been able to have conversations with in my whole life.
What is the extent of your education right now?
Some college.
What are the influences on your accent?
So my intonations are different from what I guess regular or Americans would call normal because we speak like the British version of English, so some pronunciations are different.
What do you think of your voice and accent?
I feel like my voice is, fairly deep, not too much sometimes.
Do you sound like your family?
No, I don't think so.
How do you differ?
I guess because I just feel like I sound more in tune with what I'm saying and like more verbose and articulate. Actually, we're all articulate, but I just feel like, I sound more,
Do you think you sound more Americanized?
Well, it depends. So I code switch because, so I could get more people to understand what I'm saying. So how I talk with friends or like family from back home isn't exactly how I talk here, but I still speak English. So.
Okay, great. So I'm gonna ask you a question, and you can just answer it in your current accent. What is the best advice given to you or that you can share with us?
I guess not many moments are like defining moments in your lives, regardless of how how important it might seem at the moment. And it might be very important, but it's like you can live afterwards. You can make better decisions afterwards. You can, find better routes. So it's like, don't just be stuck in one moment. Think about what you could do afterwards as well.
Good advice. Okay, now I'm gonna ask you a question, and can you speak it with how you would speak? Can you answer it and how you would speak with with family back home, and then explain what you said?
Okay.
Okay. What is something you miss most about living in Nigeria?
One of the things I think I miss most about being in Nigeria or just living in Nigeria is the food, because I feel like you can never go wrong with Nigerian food. It's always like a lot of taste, which I'm used to, and spiciness as well. Yeah.
You sound the same, I feel like.
And yeah, I just said, so it's like the same thing. It's just, I just said I miss like the food because it's like very tasteful and spicy, and I like spicy.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Dave.
Of course.